All right, welcome traders, welcome guys, welcome friends. Today is Friday, so let's have a weekend review of what the market is doing. We'll look at the trades that we have taken and how they fare. This is Dovelight FX, your one-stop shop to your Forex solutions. Here at the end of the day, we want to ensure that you end your chase of trading strategies. You know what price language is, you know how to use it effectively to optimize your trades and get good results. So we'll begin by looking at EURCAD. My name is TVHM. The EURCAD has been going upwards, and relatively it's looking like it's getting exhausted. And but let's see what happens. This is the EURCAD, and the price is beginning to go back upward. We actually have a buy position at this level, and then some person have been asking me, so TVHM, where is the take profit? We are on a very long buy. We're in a very long buy, and that should see us buy another 900 pips. So we're buying more 900 pips on the EURCAD. All right. How long it's going to take to get there, I don't know. All right. But we continue to hold the buy. Before we will see a sell, we expect that this buy position will be raided. All right. So that said, let's look at the GBPUSD. GBPUSD, we've won severally to hold a sell position, another buy position, and we can see the sell coming down. So from the mentorship students, you understand and agree with me that this is the closing price of last year. Around this area is the closing price of last year. And then apparently it happens to be about the same high. Yeah, so we have the high for 2019. This is 2019 high, having a connection with a high also in 2020. Okay, and then back here, price is around this area right now. So we're expecting sensitivity of price, and we should make an informed decision around here. Do not forget, let me zoom in. Here, we actually have a reversal pattern. This is a morning star. So will the morning star be raided, and to what depth of raid? All right. At this point, this is the lowest candle in this year. That's the lowest level of price in this year. So we will be expecting reversals around this area. But the first call will be this level at 1.350, 1.350, 1.350. So until then, we continue to hold a sell move for the GBPUSD. We continue to hold a sell move for the GBPUSD. You can see, apparently, looking at it from the monthly perspective, all right, that this is a sensitive level. This is a sensitive level. This is a sensitive level. So price is coming down. So until price gets down here, then we can actually make an informed decision. Why is this point sensitive? Remember, if you look closely, you will see that that is the high of 2019. That is the high of 2019. That's the high of 2019. All right, then, so while we wait on that, hold your trades for the sell and hold it down. Price will get to this level, hopefully. We turn over to EURGBP and see the opportunities that EURGBP has to afford. So apparently the euro has kicked up and the euro is driving high. All right, so if we look at the EURGBP, we see that on the monthly time frame, all right, here we had an engulfing pattern. There was an engulfing pattern here, and right now we see price coming down and a raid on this low. Potentially the raid has occurred, and we now see price beginning to rise. All right, a safe entry will be on the monthly time frame, will be to engage the trade at this level. But then if we switch over to the weekly time frame, we will observe a few things. Number one, on the weekly time frame, at this level also, we have similar opportunity. Here, it's an engulfing also. So there's an engulfing here. And right now, this week is ending almost with a morning star. After the raid, a morning star after the raid, a morning star after the raid, all right? So if this week closes like this, it means next week we'll begin to buy the EURGBP. Next week we'll begin to buy the EURGBP. And that buy should leave us with a very significant move of price to the tune of 900 euros, 900 900 pips as well, to the tune of 900 pips as well. I don't want to do a lot of, so that I don't get crowded. So we've reviewed the EURGBP, we've talked about GBPUSD, we've talked about EURGBP. So let me look towards AUDCAD. We've been monitoring AUDCAD for a long while. The AUDCAD seems to sit on a very sensitive position right now, as you all know, all right? And then if we look towards the weekly time frame, we see that something is happening here, all right? And now, of course, you know why price is reacting here. For those of you in the mentorship, you know the reason why price is reacting here, and you know why we are interested in this low and the reaction of price, all right? So on the daily time frame, something is happening. The daily time frame now is beginning to show strength going upward. A safe entry also will be next week. So by Monday, Tuesday, we'll begin to find entries for the AUDCAD. For the EURCAD has already triggered, the AUDCAD and the EURGBP. These are instruments that we'll be looking towards next week. So potentially the market is kicking off and is setting a pace for us to find very great entries. By Monday, the entries will be available, hopefully, or by Wednesday. Within the week, the entries will be available, and then we should find these opportunities. Let's take a look at the volatility index very quickly. So on the volatility index, this signal was given. If you remember, this is volatility 101S, and we gave out the signal, and we said it is time to look at it. We had a TP, a take profit here, and we had an entry point here, and we said the low will be a stop loss, and that is what is happening here. The raid has completely occurred, and we are seeing price beginning to gyrate in the upward price beginning to rally in the upward direction. And when this rally begins to trigger the entry point, this will just be your first take profit, because we expect price to actually travel far. We expect price to actually travel far, all right? Yeah, so that would just be a first take profit target. But in the reality, all right, we expect to drive price up to this high. We expect to drive price up to this high. It's going to be a long buy. It's going to be a long buy, friends. So hold your positions, set your pending order. This is a pending order trade, is a buy stop. All right, remember, so let me bring it up again. Let me call the values again for this opportunity. All right, this opportunity is having an entry point of 3721.34, 3721.34. And the take profit, first take profit is 5383, 5838. While the second take profit is 7,935, 7,935. It's going to be a very long buy. Volatility 10 index, our trade is going very well, and then that's our take profit. So we expect that price should drive up to that high. That's the weekly time frame. We hope to see price move. If you look at the low, this is where you can see from those of you in the class yesterday, you remember this is a trigger, it's a very nice point and all that stuff. All right, but we didn't see the early, we didn't see the entry early. We had to go to lower time frame to find this entry to buy to this level. Now you know why our take profit is here. If you look behind, you'll see something. You know why our take profit is there. If you look behind, you'll see it clearly. All right, until price breaks that level, and then before we can now continue the next move. All right, so let's look at volatility 75. Yesterday, we also considered the volatility 75 having hit this point and it's going upward. We see it's still driving upwards and driving very hard. So we're expecting price to get to 77,000, 77,000. And into that area, then we'll take a sell trade. We'll begin to look for opportunities to short. So do you want to trade the volatility 75 at this point? You see how I have marked out prices on H4. I have marked out levels on H4 that I expect price to drop to, all right? So now I was watching price here and it took off, but then I'm not worried. So hopefully by next week, I expect to see price. By next week, I expect to see price, all right, drop down to this level and take out these reads. Once it drops down to this level and read this particular area, because this is a very important area for us before I will resume a buy. So if you want to wait for a buy on the V75, it's going to be a short buy. price is going to take out all this high and drive to what's the high again? Let me get the figures very correctly. Hold on a moment. So price is going to trade into 800,000, 80,000, right? 800,000. Price is going to trade into 800,000, all right, into 800,000 area. So for us to get that move into 800,000 area, we are saying that we want price to drop down, all right, then drops down to this point, then we will buy into the 800,000 area where we expect price to potentially make a good reversal. Currently, next week, price is going to drop. Watch it. We hope that price is going to drop to 610,000, and we'll find a buy, 800,000. At 800,000, we will resume a long sale. At 800,000, we will resume a long sale. Crash 1,000. Crash 1,000 is currently making a reversal at a very good point. So at this point now, we see that if price is exhausted, following the small bearish candles that formed and bullish candles are taking off. Now look at what happened with the bullish candles taking off. See my markings, all right? If you watch how I marked it, and that is where I'm expecting a reversal. That's on the weekly time frame. So if I go to the H4, I'm expecting price to drop. And you know why I marked those areas. Remember, if you have not seen yesterday's class or you missed it, please ensure to get it. And that is why I'm waiting. So this is how to be anticipatory of price. We're expecting price to drop to 88.14 area. Now, if you look at this area, why after pitching that high, we pitched this low from the weekly time frame, and that is why we're on the 4 hours time frame right now. At this point, this is a morning. This is sorry, not a morning star. This is rather a harami that was raided, a raided harami, and then price rallied up. So there's liquidity somewhat around this point, and you can see that this is also a double bottom. So, and this is all happening in an area that we pitched from the weekly time frame. So we expect the crash 1,000 to still drop into this area. Once it drops into this area, then you are good for a buy. You are good for a buy. What do we have? Do we still have any other instrument that we're expecting? All right, I'm expecting to sell this down here before we resume a buy. Why? Price just kicked a top here and it's rising, creating a morning star. Now with this morning star created, I expect that there will be a raid on this morning star. So I expect price to drop down, raid the morning star before we resume a full buy. That's my expectation. Follow me. All right. This is a morning star. After the morning star, we have a spinning top, another spinning top, another spinning top. All right. This is a high wave signal. This is a high wave signal. With a high wave signal, it is possible for price to break upward. It is possible for price to break downward. Now, the bias of this trade is actually a buy. All right. But then I'm expecting a raid on this bottom. So we expect a raid, and that is why we're taking it down to sell to this level. And after selling up to this level, then we can now resume a buy and buying back to 3,200, buying back as high as 3,200. Thank you for joining us today in the weekend analysis. My name is TBHM, Dovelight FX, your one-stop plug to your Forex solution. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook, and our Instagram. We have an upcoming event coming in September. It's a hybrid program. I will announce more next week. Just stay tuned, and thank you very much. Happy trading. Goodbye.